Hi, this is Tony for Headbangers India. I'm sitting here with...
Paul from Gloryhammer.
And Ben from that same band.
You guys had a lot of sickness in the tour bus the last few days.
Not just the last few days. I think
It's been from day one, more or less.
It's what you get when you're touring in January. It's really difficult to avoid. But I think also with so many people on one, we've got about 20 people on one bus. You're not going to contain the spread of disease like that. It's the sort of ideal conditions for making everyone as sick as possible. So we were pleased to manage 16 shows in a row without having to do anything. Well, obviously we had to cancel the 17th show, but I think that was a pretty good record considering the circumstances.
As you guys, this tour is 24 dates and 24 shows.
In a row. Yeah.
In a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who planned that?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It is a decision that we have questioned a little.
We knew it was going to be tough, but
we've now discovered exactly
now
how
it's
difficult.
really, really tough.
Where the limits of human physical endurance actually are. We've been there and we've tried it, and now we know it's about here.
So, are there any plans for a summer tour? And will it be
a tour?
all
You don't normally get
days?
to do tours in the summer because it's festival season.
Yeah,
so
we're doing festivals, but I very much doubt there'll be a tour as such. Just maybe a string of festivals.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice, but also then you'd be on a really hot bus, and that's probably just as bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
Just touring's terrible. Don't do it. It's just a bad idea. Stay at home.
Yeah, I wrote all these questions down, and even I can't read my handwriting.
Can I read it?
Yeah, sure. We'll do it like that.
Okay.
There's no
I'll
video.
interview
now.
you. Okay, so you were going to ask us about being ill.
Yeah.
A new album. The last one was in 2015.
I
So
hope I
what do you think about,
Wikipedia
What
that,
do you think about? Well done. It was 2015. I remember it. So what do you want to ask us about that?
The interviewer has become the interviewee.
Yep. Second time. I'm so bad at this job. Will there come a new interview? Yeah, definitely a new interview. A new album in the future, or is it?
If there's a new
just
album, which there probably will be, I wouldn't mind betting that it will be in the future.
Not in the past.
Because that's already... The old albums are in the past. The new
Yeah.
ones are all going to be in the future. We're hoping
Well,
to do...
our last album was in the future.
Last album was in the future, yeah. That's an album that's in the future, but it's also now it's in the past. So the next album will be... I don't know where that will fit in the timeline, but it will also be it will be released in the real future of the present universe. And yeah, we want to do a new album. Everyone keeps asking us about doing a new album, but we haven't gotten around to doing it yet because we've been really busy and there are various other things, and it takes a lot to put something like that together. There's a hell of a lot
we
of
haven't
work
done
that goes
nothing.
into it. Yeah, we've
done a bit.
And what we have done is talked endlessly about what we should do, without necessarily actually doing it. So the intention is there. We're not just not doing anything, but you'll have to be patient. We'll do it as fast as we can. I think as soon as this tour is finished, that's the big thing, isn't it? It's going to be...
Yeah. Well, we were just saying in the last interview, like in every interviewer is asking us,
where's the new album?
Sorry
So
about that.
we-
That's one of the questions.
We're well aware
wanna-
of what our next project
I
should
want to
be.
do a new album, but the thing is, we don't want to just do any old thing. We want to do something really good.
Yeah,
And
that's the other thing.
because I
It's
feel
gotta
like
be
we've maintained a pretty good level of quality so far. I don't think we've put out albums with like 2 good songs and a load of forgettable stuff. Depends who you ask, of course, but like we tried.
You still have pride and joy in your songs.
We tried to make it all good. So what's this? Chicken wall here? Question mark.
Yeah, it says Chris not here.
Chris is not here. Chris isn't here. Where is he?
I don't know.
Have
I
you
thought
seen Chris?
Christopher.
No, he's not here. He's somewhere else because, well, he's got loads of stuff with Hailstorm going on. He lives in the US now. It's just generally expensive and difficult for him to come over and just to do a tour when we don't really need that. So
But also, isn't he just about to do?
he's
70?
just about to go on 70,000 tons of metal, and then on a UK tour with Hailstorm immediately afterwards.
So he is legitimately otherwise.
He's pretty
engaged.
busy. He's probably too busy to be doing. And I think they had it was a pretty heavy touring schedule for Hailstorm after their last album came out.
I think it's a UK tour, 16 dates or something.
Yeah.
I think if we tried to schedule our tours only when Chris is available, we'd be so limited.
Gloryhammer
that we just never tour.
Gloryhammer would cease to exist if we had to do that. I think so. So it's for the best, everyone. Don't worry, Chris is still out there somewhere. He's still following on Instagram or whatever. He still exists. We haven't killed him or anything, but
It's always a good thing.
but he's not here. No. So, and now you wanted to ask something about best fantasy. Is this a dual thing? Lord of the Rings versus
Now, what do you like most?
Star
Is it Lord of the
Wars?
Rings or Star Wars?
Well, one is fantasy, the other one's sci-fi.
it's kind of science fantasy.
You can group them together.
They're both fantasy things, but they're completely different. Like one of them's inherently cinematic because one of them's literary. I mean, Tolkien was a linguist and an academic, and he put together his world based on mythology and and there's loads of languages. Like he wrote all of the languages for it, and he spent so much time crafting a really, really detailed universe to set the story in. And George Lucas did the complete opposite. He was just taking like the best bits from lots of different genres of cinema, even literally like remaking World War II dogfights and stuff, and just reshooting that with models of TIE fighters and things, and then putting it all together to make a kind of best of cinema up to 1977. So it was completely visual, and there was nothing underneath it at all. It was the most kind of flimsy, undetailed thing, but it gave the impression of depth, whereas with Tolkien there's the complete depth. So I reckon that's the two different directions that you can go in. If you're somebody who likes the immediate kind of... I mean, of course, Star Wars has turned into the detailed, over-the-top fantasy universe, and Lord of the Rings was made into a series of a trilogy of films. So actually they started in opposite places and they ended up exactly the same. So basically it comes down to whether you like orcs or lasers better, and we like both, so we would combine them together into one thing.
It's a pretty good answer.
Oh, and then you've already done these ones. Tour so far?
Yeah.
How was the tour so far? Was that the first question? Or did you talk about the illness? How has the tour so far been? We did a summer tour question. Some tour so far. How's the tour so far been?
Good, but ill.
Good but ill. But they say it's an ill tour that blows no good, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, along some expression a bit like that.
How were the fans along the way? Were they uplifting or?
They were great. Yeah, they were. I think we've had...
Actually, I have to say, throughout the day I feel terrible because I'm sick, but when we're playing on stage I actually feel okay.
I think
I've
had days
because there's crowds of people going
yeah
at me. So maybe if I was ill at home, that's all I need.
I've had days where I've woken up feeling just horrific, and then the best I feel is just after I get off stage. And of course, I play the drums. I think I've got lots of exercise as well, and it gets so hot that it's kind of like a sauna as well. So you probably sweat out lots of toxins, and then you drink lots of vodka, and then you get lots of toxins, and then you drink. It's an
endless cycle.
It's a natural process. No, it's been. I think the crowds have been probably the best we've played to.
There's been no disappointments or anything,
and it's
there's only really been pleasant surprises.
Even though we've played to huge crowds at festivals and things, there's still something about having a whole room of people who've come to see you. They haven't just wandered over because they were curious. They are committed, and so they're really into it. So the whole room sings the words, and everyone's it's just a really nice feeling that you get.
One thing I like, because we're playing the album in order, everyone knows what the next song is going to be before you've really introduced it. So people are already chanting for the next song after we just finished the last song.
Some
and
people
of course they're right.
Some
because-
people just start with Angus McFife. And
Well, yeah,
they
they
just
do.
keep shouting
yeah,
it.
they
just
do.
like,
They do.
play it. No, not that song. Play that.
Keep shouting until you play Angus.
Yeah, which is obviously got a big influence on our set list choices. It's like it's entirely based on what people shout at us during the show, and nothing to do with like any pre-existing plan.
Nothing to do with the big banner line on the poster or anything.
No, nothing to do with the fact that we advertised the tour saying what songs we were going to play. We should have just done Angus McFife. Playing Angus McFife in its entirety 10 times.
No, just play it in its entirety and then we can all go home.
Well, that would have
Everyone
been-
gets an early night, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
Why didn't
time.
we think of this earlier?
Next time.
You
Alright.
just said you felt great when the crowd shouts the next song and everything like that.
Yeah.
You just have to play one song. You feel miserable the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe it only takes one song though. I've not tried that yet. It could be more efficient. I don't have
Let's
to
find
play
out
for an hour and a half.
I think we'll get in trouble if we just walk off after one song.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like the end. Well, that was a good interview.
Yeah.
Well done.
Sorry about that.
No,
I
I had
do
fun.
have another one.
Another interview.
No, another question.
Oh, right.
Did
okay.
you guys play D&D?
No.
No, I never have.
No.
No.
We didn't. There might have someone. Chris might have done. Maybe
I don't think Chris did. Chris is into Magic the Gathering.
he.
Um,
Yeah. I used to play Warhammer 40,000, stuff like that.
I've always had lots of friends that are into various different forms of RPG stuff.
Warhammer's
I
not-
myself, not really.
Warhammer's less about. It's not really role playing. It's more just like rulers. How far is this model away from that one? Fascinating.
Painting and
Yeah, all
takes
the-
hours.
All the painting and then my friend had Space Marines and I was lost, and it was every time, and it was always the same thing. I couldn't beat him because they can have plasma cannons and they Chaos Space Marines can't. I'm still quite annoyed about it even now because we only used to get together every couple of months to play it. And it's just like I lost every time,
Just because of the plasma cannons.
just purely because of plasma cannons, because they're strength 7, and you don't get a saving throw with Space Marine 9. That's it.
That's BS.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Well, is there anything you guys like to add? Or do you want to say to your fans?
We've added quite a lot. Some
Send medication.
Yeah, please send help.
Cough syrup. Maybe some Lamsip.
Yeah, send help. We are trapped on a tour around Europe. Send immediate assistance. Mayday.
Oh, it's not that bad, is it?
It's pretty bad.
Well, guys, thank you for the interview and have a lot of fun tonight, and I hope you get better.
Yeah, hope
you.
one day we will.
Yeah.
We will live to fight again.
Or will die.
Yes.